Here's how the dumbest mistake I ever made got me 100 million views. All right guys, so back in 2022, January of 2022, I was right here, and a couple weeks earlier, I had made the decision to get really serious about my content. So a couple weeks earlier, I had told Leo, who works for me, I was like, hey man, I want you to start filming 50% of the time. That way we can start making content. I'll still pay you the same hourly. And Leo was in charge of posting on our TikTok. I didn't even have the app on my phone. Leo had the app and he was in charge of like running it. And I just told him, hey, do this, we need to do this. And I started getting serious about my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube, all the other platforms. So anyway, I'm cutting a piece of skateboards. I think we were making a knife. I think that's what we were making. And Leo was filming me, and I don't know why. Like I don't know why. I don't know if I was like stressed or not paying attention or what. But I completely, like my depth perception was completely off, and I tried to move the piece of skateboard in kind of the dumbest way. Like, I really don't have it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't to get views. It wasn't intentional, and I don't have a good reason why I did it. It was just a really stupid mistake. I touched this saw blade, and luckily, because I was using a sawstop and not a traditional table saw, it didn't cost me my fingers or even most of my hand, which I think if I was using a normal table saw, I would have lost like at least a finger, but probably several and a good portion of my hand the way I hit it. So the way it works, this is how it works. So sawstop, they come equipped with this aluminum brake technology, okay? So, and what they do is they pass a electrical current. This is a brake right here, I'm taking it out. So this is the brake, all right? So this brake, they pass an electrical current through the saw blade. And wood isn't conductive, but your skin is. So whenever I reached for the blade and hit it, my skin completed the circuit because it's conductive, and then that releases a spring in the brake cartridge that shoots the aluminum brake cartridge into the blade, causing the blade to drop below the surface of the table. And you can see in the video, like I barely nicked my finger. It was barely bleeding. But it was the dumbest thing I ever did. And I didn't even if it was up to me, I wouldn't have posted it. That's the funny thing. Like I wouldn't have posted that because I was like, oh, this is a mistake. Why would I want to post something of me doing something boneheaded? So fast forward a couple weeks after that, I am doing a bike ride. I was doing a sub-freezing bike ride from Lafayette to New Orleans.
Let's go! Let's go!
And I get a call from my friend Kale, and he's like, yo, dude, you're popping on TikTok right now. And I was like, what? For what? What do you mean? And he was like, that video you posted. And I was like, I don't even have the app. I don't even post the video. I was like, Leo must have posted something. I was like, what video was it? He's like, that video you touching the saw. And I just was kind of like, I was like, wait, what's that video? I hadn't even seen it. Like I hadn't even seen the video. So I was like, what is it? And he was like, oh, it's the video you touching the saw, and it's already got over 1 million views, and he posted it like a couple hours ago. So I was like, wow, that's cool. Didn't really think much of it, but I was like, right on, got back on my bike ride. And then fast forward, that video starts going just bananas. Like it went just crazy. So 1 million turns into 2, turns into 3, turns into 4, turns into 10, turns into 20, turns into 30, turns into 40 on TikTok. And then I uploaded it on YouTube, and that got another 45 million views. I put it on my Facebook, I put it on my Instagram, and probably gained another like 5 million between those two. And then all the other accounts started picking it up and sharing it. So just on my pages alone, I got about 100 million views. Between everybody else's posts, it probably has been viewed between 120 to 200 million times, which is really crazy. Because from that, so at the time, I think collectively I had like 3,000 followers across every platform. I had like The biggest was Instagram, which was like 2,500. I had like maybe 150 on TikTok. I had like 10 subscribers on YouTube, and my Facebook, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred. After that, my TikTok kind of popped. It went to like 30 or 40,000 super quick. And then from that, I started seeing the value in content. I started saying, oh wow, there's like a real value into filming and posting content, because I saw, well, as I'm getting more followers, I'm getting more people who are wanting to buy my artwork, who are wanting to buy my pieces, my tables. So I saw the actual like value. I saw my bank account increasing. Like I saw it. And I was like, whoa, this is from content. And it made me, once I saw the value, it made it really easy to put the time and effort into my content. And then now that's like 2.5 years ago, we have over 500,000 followers across all platforms. We have 100,000 subs on YouTube, 230 something on Instagram, I think 80 something, 83, 84 on TikTok, like 70 on Facebook, and then my personal Instagram has like 30 or something, and then my personal Facebook has like maybe 10,000. So we have a bunch of followers, but it came from, honestly, it came from like kind of Leo. Kind of came from Leo, because I straight up wouldn't have posted that, and you know, he did. It was crazy how I found out. Like I didn't even have the app on my phone to see it. Friend Kale calls me, told me I was popping on TikTok while I was on this crazy bike ride, and yeah, the rest is kind of history. Read some of the top comments from this video, and then I'm gonna respond to them here, because I never responded to any of these. Never have I seen someone stick their finger directly into the blade before. Wild. Super wild, super dumb. I don't have I really wish I had like a better excuse, but like I don't. It's just a moment of stupidity. But thankfully, because I was using sawstop's technology, I wasn't penalized for the rest of my life. But absolutely, dumbest thing I've ever done. Super glad to have learned my lesson and not be paying for it today. He is the reason warning labels exist. Yep. Fair enough. This guy said, kudos to this guy for knowing himself well enough to buy the sawstop. Again, yep. Anybody calling me an idiot here, you're right, I'll take it. Honestly, the best promo video for sawstop I've ever seen. Up until now, it's been aftermath pics and hot dogs. Nobody has had the cojones to willingly offer a finger to the table saw gods on video. Well done. So I agree that this is the #1 best sawstop video to sell sawstop ever made. So if everybody in this video can comment below and let sawstop know that, that would be awesome, because I've been trying to get him to send me a free saw for the last 2 years and it hasn't worked. So that just cost you $500. So at the time, I'm gonna be like fully candid with you guys, I had $130 to my name when that happened. So in the video, you see me like immediately bummed. It's because I knew I was about to spend the rest of my money to fix the mistake. So a new saw cartridge for a sawstop is like, depending on where you get it, it's like 80 bucks. Usually it's like 80 bucks on Amazon. You can get them at local places for a little less, sometimes they're a little more, but let's just call it 80 bucks. And then the saw blade that I use Diablo saw blades, and they typically run like 40 to 80 bucks depending on what type of blade you're using. So to replace, I think the one I was using was closer to the $40 range. So to replace the brake and the saw blade that day, I had to spend 100% of my money. I was dead broke after that. Didn't have a dollar to my name. So yeah, not 500, but it was like 130, and that was everything I had. Okay, so most of these comments are people just like calling me an idiot, which they're all correct. Like absolutely was a dumb thing to do. This one said, here's the reason Pop-Tarts have labels, have instructions. That's funny as shit. This is kind of exciting. This is a cool comment. The US government is currently working on legislation that require all table saws sold in the US have a saw stop or similar safety mechanism. And that is true. And as of a couple months ago, SawStop just released their technology and made it free use for everybody so that they can participate in this wonderful machine technology. And hopefully we'll all be able to laugh about how table saws used to f everybody up, or used to mess everybody up. Don't mess them up anymore. I forget we can't curse in YouTube videos. This is great. So a lot of people are saying that I did it intentionally. So I'm seeing like, it's pretty much like a whole bunch of people that was like, there's no way that wasn't intentional. Why were you filming? So the backstory to why I was filming was we just started getting serious about content, and Leo was doing his job while I was doing mine. And I wish it was on purpose. I wish I was like smart enough to be like, yo, I'm gonna do this and get all these views and then my business is gonna go up. But it's not the case. It wasn't intentional. This video right here, one that we're making right now, we're definitely trying to capitalize off these views. So y'all give us a subscribe or a like. Like, let's see how many comments there are. There's like, I don't know how many. So this is just on YouTube. Let's look at the comments. Some of these comments have like tens of thousands of likes. That's kind of wild. Anyway, you get the idea. Everybody was upset with me. Most people called me an idiot. They were all right. But I've never done it again. I have triggered my sawstop a couple times since then, not with my finger. I've triggered it with skateboards that have carbon fiber inserts. Or I've hit a nail. I think I hit a nail once. But yeah, that is, that's how, what's the outro? Be like, that's, now we do. All right, so that's how the dumbest mistake that I ever made got me over 100 million views. And I've definitely learned my lesson since then. But super grateful for sawstop for making this amazing technology, and I'm super grateful to have all my fingers and both my hands, and I can still do what I do. So thank you guys for watching. To all you guys calling me an idiot, you're kind of right. But hopefully, you know, we live and learn and grow. So thank you guys, much love.